So I've started my demand gen efforts,
Okay.
right? I'm a new business owner. I'm just getting into it. How do I measure it that,
Yeah.
that I'm actually doing something?
If I'm doing it. Yeah. Is this working? How do I know if this is
Yeah.
working? Well, I mean, did they do what you want them to do? I mean, that I think it's kind of that simplistic. Like,
Yeah.
did they click that link? Yes or no? Did they sign up? Oh, okay. How many signups is that? I would, and every phase is different. So I would definitely recommend like having very clear goals for campaigns. So if it's just clicks, how many clicks? I would look at your click through rate and the number of clicks. If we're talking demand, that's going to get into demand for your product or your service. So, are people trying your product more? How many more? So, I'm measuring how many people did a trial or how many people signed up to join. Maybe it's if you're service based, how many people join like a Zoom workshop that maybe you'll do. And
Right.
by the way, I definitely suggest creating a lot of free opportunities for people to sort of have touch points with you because the more touch points you build up, the more demand you're creating. They say it takes between 8 to 12 touch points before a prospect becomes a customer. So if you can do a 30-minute like Zoom workshop and yeah, it could be free. Just bring them all in there. That's lead gen, by the way. Maybe they're signing up and giving you their
Mhm.
email. Okay. And then take those leads and then say, okay, at the end of all this value, going back to Ryan again, at the end of that workshop, you can say, hey, who wants to take the next step? And if they signed up for something, if they bought something small, if you have a value ladder, maybe you have different tiers of your product, and you just measure how many of those particular things that they did, how many conversion points are you getting based on your goals, I think is a really great way to measure. And having different sort of tiers or price points at HubSpot. We have our free, our starter, our pro, and our enterprise, right? And so, like, how many are coming in? That's how we measure. And I think that's a really great way to measure success. But again, value first and then ask for that sale. So, like, you can ask, I say, listen, you can ask all day long as long as you give value ahead of that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And you make a really great point here as far as the like increasing the amount of touch points, right?
Yeah.
Uh I have so many small business owners that are like, how do I create leads? How do I like look,
Yeah.
one of the best ways is like just go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that sounds so like big and blanket, but February 22nd, and by the time this airs, we're recording this on February 22nd. By the time you hear it, this will have already happened. But I'm doing a free training on using Chat GPT for small business owners. Right. It's like I wasn't planning on it, but I posted something and people kept talking about it. Then people were asking questions and like I'm like, look, let's just do the training real quick, right? And this is one of those things where it's I'm using the tool. There are people that want to use the tool, but like if we're honest, they don't want to use the tool because they love Chat GPT. They want to use the tool because they're hoping for an outcome.
Hmm.
And if I
Hmm.
can show you how to use Chat GPT to get an outcome,
Yeah.
the problem is, and why I think AI and things like Chat GPT are amazing, but I'm not afraid that it's going to replace me,
Hmm.
is that if you don't know what to put into it, you won't get what you should coming out of it. And if you don't have any context, you won't know that what's coming out of it is going to work for your business or not.
That's right.
Right. So
Yep.
even if it tells you exactly what to do, you're still going to need somebody to know how to do it and know if the thing that they're doing is right for your business.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so I'm happy to show every small business how to create preliminary marketing plans with Chat GPT.